Hey, this is Jean-Marc here talking about how to win B2B sales conversations via messaging and text. Now, let's talk about a trend that we're seeing happening, which is conversational marketing. And here's what I mean by conversational marketing. I'm going to probably take it out of its typical context and I'm going to use it to refer to a number of things, really. But if you think about it this way, I'm really just going to be talking about messaging that results in a sale. So it could be anything from SMS text messaging to LinkedIn Messenger to chatbot messaging. I'm talking about this because I find a lot of professionals and business owners and execs have a big issue with writing things that don't feel very businessy or jargony. They always want to talk about revenue and a bunch of business terms instead of just talking about things that sound simple and easy, creating more creating more opportunities, building your business. So, let's talk about first the goals for this stuff. Now, I'm not going to talk to you about some of your typical social media jargony stuff, which is, just be human because eventually it'll all turn out all right. What I'm going to be talking about will still hopefully eventually lead you to a sales conversation. And at its most advanced, can help you with your lead nurturing or getting leads once interested in doing business with you to get back into your realm of influence. But first, let's talk about some typical problems that I see with doing conversational marketing, which is writing these messages via all these platforms. How do you write them in a way that's helpful? First, let's talk about how you don't do that. You don't do it by focusing on your products. Quick tidbit, nobody really cares. They want you to solve a specific problem. They need help with it, but after you go to the rental car company and you get your rental car, and maybe you don't do that anymore. Maybe you do the whole the Uber or the Lyft thing, right? But even for them, you use their service. Do you really care after they've delivered it? Unless it was really crappy, I mean, you probably don't really care. So the thing is, people are typically not thinking about us and all of our stuff. So they don't want to hear about our products and services right off the bat necessarily. And I put this in context in the post by looking at two different methodologies. First is the buyer's journey methodology. So let's look at that's going to have a few different phases. One is awareness, second is consideration, and third is decision. I'll let you check those out for more detail on the post. But excuse me, the main thing is on the journey to becoming your buyer. These people are going through different phases to where they might not even know they have a problem yet, let alone that you are the solution. Next, I also talk about the different moments in the micro moments methodology that's championed by Google. And they talk about in our day and age, the idea of the customer journey, it's a lot more complex than we think it is. People are using mobile, people are using different devices. So it's not as clear as even what I just mentioned. So they're recommending that there are four main moments. There are I want to know moments when people are researching solutions and looking for information, inspiration. There are moments that are called I want to go moments, which is when people are actually looking to do something physical, maybe looking to visit an actual local place. There's also I want to go, I said go moments before do moments, when people actually want to get things done. They're seeking instruction and tutorials. And then there are I want to buy moments when people are actually ready to make a purchase. So if you think about it, talking about your products and services is jumping the gun because out of these seven, you're expecting them to hit these specific two. That's not always the case. So assuming that you've hit people at that right moment to be ready to purchase is not the best use of your time. Your time could be better used trying to build a connection that eventually leads to a sales conversation. All right. Getting caught up in your business story, another problem people have. A lot of people have issues when it comes to thinking about their business in a just a simple way. I talk about a story where I was speaking with an insurance data person and they were using Google Maps to make sense of the insurance industry, different risks in different areas, things like that. And after listening to her presentation for about 10, 15 minutes, I offer, hey, so this is kind of like Google Maps for the insurance industry. And she's like, no, it's totally wrong. And goes on for 20 more minutes and continues to show me different screenshots using Google Maps technology. Now, maybe I was off base a bit, but the question is, how can you make what you do simple? How can you explain it to someone that doesn't know? Because they may not understand all the jargon behind it. They may just want to find the solution and want you to explain to them as simple as possible. Next is too many details. Getting lost in the sauce. So let's not get lost in the sauce on that. Thinking your business is so different. This, again, is about making your stuff simple. Express what your business is about. Try to explain it, but in a simple way. I'm always reminded of Einstein, who found simplicity to be the highest form of intelligence. If you can master your craft, I know you're a master of your craft, then you can make it simple so other people can understand what it is that you solve, what it is that you do. So enough about how not to do kind of conversational marketing and messaging. Let's talk about how you can do it. One is focus your benefits on the person you're talking to. I'll explain that in the post. You can check that out. But next is keeping messaging as short as possible, right? Using paragraph spaces for clarity, getting that text separated out is great. Nothing worse than a LinkedIn message that's just a wall of text. No one wants that. No one wants to read it. So why would you do it? Speak from your personality. Include yourself in your messages. People do business with people. I'm sure you've heard that. People love to connect with actual people. That's why I'm on this video right now talking to you. And hopefully you're connecting with me, right? Maybe. They like talking to you. So share what you're about in your writing and ways to do that. For example, if you are a Weisenheimer, right? Some people call it a smart aleck, or they have another word, smart something. Then you might use tongue-in-cheek phrases in your stuff. If you're an excitable person, think about using exclamation points in your stuff. It's all about expressing more of who you are. Two more to talk about. Focus on the next step. All this stuff is really just about getting people to the next step. I find people get overwhelmed when they think about this conversation has to take them through all these processes and explain everything. No, it doesn't. It just has to get them to the next step. And sometimes that can be as simple as a one-liner. Okay? I've seen it work well on me, work well on other people. Sometimes it's all you have to do. So don't overcomplicate it for yourself. And lastly, end with a question that typically helps you focus your message and attention of your prospect. They have either something to respond to or totally ignore. All right. Whew. So this has been Jean-Marc talking about how to win B2B sales via messaging and text. And I will talk to you later. Peace.